What's up, Builders Club TV Nation? You got Dewan Jones here once again, your professional stay-at-home dad. I'm excited, fired up. Always good to have our good friend back. He's back. Builders Club TV family, we got Bass Grant on the show tonight. Entrepreneur, home business mentor, millionaire mentor. You know him, you see him. He's on the internet doing a lot of damage in these streets, helping a lot of people win big. Let me make sure I get him on the camera. Let me get myself on camera first, family, so I can speak to you live and direct. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you share this out, like this video. Tell everybody that, you know, Bass Grant is back on the show. We got some exciting value to share with you. Bass, can you hear me okay, man? I can hear you. Let me get you on camera so the family can see you, man, and so we can welcome you back to the show. What's up, brother? There you go. Hold on a second. Let me get you. There you go. What's up, man?
Doing fantastic, brother. Talk to me.
Man, we're excited about having you on the show. Thank you for taking time out from doing all that winning you doing lately, man, to take some time to speak with us here on the Builders Club TV.
Absolutely, man. Glad to be back, man. Part 2. So super excited to come on and had a lot of content we didn't get a chance to really touch on, especially when it comes to this incredible industry. But had to do a part 2. We had to.
Man, the streets was calling for it, man. They definitely enjoyed part 1. Got a lot of value. So, hey, family, if you didn't see part 1 of our interview with Bass Grant, make sure you stop this video right now and go watch part 1 first. Then come back and get some more of this mental food, as we like to call it, man. But again, glad to have you back on the show. So, last time we talked with you, Bass, we talked about your past, your history, your route, your lane, your path to success, right? And you even gave us the scoop on how you discovered this industry. You talked to us about, back in the day, man, coming up as a young buck, nose wet, still trying to figure it out, right? You've definitely figured it out, man. And we're just excited to have you back. So let's talk about it, man. Let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on, of course, with what you got going on right now. But let's feed the people, man. Let's talk to them about this wonderful industry.
Absolutely. And I know we talked a lot about my upcomings in the very first interview, and I wanted to make sure I came back, committed to come back, not only in support of yourself, Dewan, and what you guys are doing here on the Builders Club TV, but I wanted to make sure I can kind of at least bring some more clarity to just that story and transition from coming up in the industry, not knowing anything, getting my feet wet, to finding the right individuals, finding the right mentors, finding the right system to be successful in. And I want to make sure everybody understands this. The good thing I love about this industry and why I'm excited to come back and do this is this industry itself is no different than, if you're playing sports and playing football, basketball, no matter what it is. This is a sport, okay? This is an activity that requires practice, that requires failure, that requires studying, goals. It requires a planner, and it requires all that going back again into this full circle of practice, study, teach, run the play, failures, opportunity, difficulty, all that intangibles come with success. And if a person is not ready, if you're talking about this industry, if you're not ready to go through the trials of the emotional roller coaster that is this industry we love, you may want to choose a different path. Because I've told people, and I'll say it again right here on you guys' show, that if a person really wanted to get their master's, their bachelor's in psychology, stay 2 years in this home-based industry. Stay 2 years, staying in it, sticking to it. Stay 2 years into it, and you'll pretty much be almost literally right there getting your 4-year degree, if not master's, because you're dealing with people. And I became obsessed and excited to understanding and working with people, trying to figure out what gets people to move, why certain organizations were moving faster than us, and what I need to do to make myself better, not in competition. Because a lot of people, when they're getting in this industry, they're looking and kind of rubbernecking, wondering, well, why are they doing this here? Why are they doing that there? Yeah. And I could have taken that same type of attitude when I was in my first 2-3 companies, and they were organizations that was already cranking. But then I understood that they had already had a 3, 4, 5 year head start. So they started to get pre-momentum. So who am I to come in saying, oh, look at these guys, and every event they're breaking new ranks instead of understanding the dynamics that it's about 300 million people in the United States, 8 billion on the planet. So you got a couple thousand people in the arena, 10,000, 15, 20. If he could do it for one, he could do it for me. So I was never into the competition scenario, but I did see people that was in competition. Yeah. Oh, they'll smile at you, but they truly don't like the fact that you came in and really start to stir things up and start to create your own success story. And the person has to really have what I call that mental focus, that goal, that 150, as I would call it, mindset. And that's really what I've always had in my career, is that I was never in competition no matter what company I came in, whether it was a young company or with a company that was already seasoned. Right now in the company we're currently doing, there's a lot of excitement happening. A lot of exciting things happen. This company's still technically a baby company, but it's so much momentum, so many great stories that I'm embracing it. I'm applauding, I'm posting, reposting. Even if it's not in my organization, I know how to celebrate. And people have to understand, they have to learn how to celebrate other people's accomplishments. But there's some people who really right now, they're a little turned up, like, what's going on? Why isn't our group, moving as fast and things of that nature? I'm like, it's their season.
Let me ask you.
Embrace it.
Let me ask you, because this is pretty interesting. I think you've given us a look into an area that most people haven't had the experience yet, or not there yet. But it's interesting. Oh, yeah. Is that a thing? Like, okay, when you're making it and you're having breakthrough in your business and you're in company A, B, or C, there's already leadership in that company and they've already, branded themselves as leadership in that company. All of a sudden, you're the young buck, you're the new kid on the block, and you're blowing up, you're making it hot, you're bringing a new kind of appeal and swag to the company. Is that a thing? Do other leaders kind of like, is that something that people have to prepare for mentally, to say, hey, you know what, you might encounter hate from your own, village. It's not always going to be love, and you have to remember that if you're going to succeed, you got to be able to fight through even that.
Yeah, and that in all companies, depending on the culture that was created, if everything rises and falls on leadership. So the leadership has kind of created a culture where it's all about embracing. It's all about everybody can win, none of that whole just in competition. Yeah. Then a person still come in brand new, rookie, still see people winning and still feel love, still feel there's a place for me here. But if the environment that was created and leadership was like, hey, it's y'all thing, and leadership kind of let other leaders, quote unquote, run amok, doing their own thing, there's been no order. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna have people regardless on both scales that are gonna look at you, because some people just don't like you. It's in anything. No matter what you do, people gonna hate on you, Dewan, because what you're doing right now, someone gonna say, oh, look at him, he's doing the IML TV, and oh, people have tried to do this here. Look at this guy. Dewan, like, no, I'm focused. I'm probably pulled from here, pulled from there, but Dewan is not gonna really worry about other people talking, because you have goals written down. And right. That same thing applies to the business. Yeah, you have people coming in, and if that's where your energy is going to be focused on, a lot of people are not going to really exceed. They won't last 6-8 months, let alone a career. Because when I look at myself, I don't try to brag. People tell me all the time, Baz, I just heard that you've been in the industry 2 decades. And I started at a young age, 17 years old. So I tell people, I may not be the sharpest tool in the shed, as some would say, even though I cut. But if I've been in the industry 2 decades, not 1 year, not 5, not 15, 2 decades, 23 and counting, I might know a little something to be able to survive in that environment. I might know a little something when it comes to getting in day and night, let alone 17 years full time, and having major success, then on the low, then major success again. So I went through the trials, so I know what to do, what not to do, and I'm still learning. I'm saying I'm perfect even now. But I'm letting people know, if you're coming in with the focus of, hey, we're going to all win together, as Jim Rohn would say, not you go do it, but we go do it. Oh, yeah, you're going to win. And that's what I'm seeing even now. I'm so excited, and I can say, I want to come on and share this so people can go back and remember this interview in the current company we're in. I say this is my 5th company. Okay, this is going to be like the staple. This is like what I call the biggest build of my life, and sometimes people say that, but I'm like, I really meant this is going to be the biggest build of my life. And when I spoke those words, Dewan, it's like the universe listened, and like all the success, all the tens of thousands and the millions you've earned, all the training, everything you taught, internalized, read, we're going to put all that into you speaking those words, Baz, saying this will be your biggest bill. And it's interesting. We've been involved now a little over a year and a half, and most thought becoming in breaking records. Oh, Baz, they're coming in, break records. But when I spoke it, the universe responded, saying, no, we're going to really make you work for this. And where others might be like, I'm frustrated. Why haven't I got there yet? Because I know who I am. Like, I know who I am. I'm seeing it as if, no, I spoke it. This is a challenge. And that's how the mind needs instruction. The mind needs to know how to create and fix and solve problems. So if I'm not there to where I need to be with all my training, there's still some things I still need to understand and learn. Even me, with all my knowledge. And people coming in, if you get involved in these opportunities of home base, dealing with people, dealing with the emotions of people, couples, women, all of that nature, and you're letting those energies, you're not going to survive when it comes to working home base, because there's a discipline, Dewan, to, like today. Today we had the interview that they set up, and there's several tasks I had to make sure I get done so I'm productive. Not busy, but productive. Yeah. But people got to know that if you're going to be successful, you got to have activity lined up. You still got to treat it as if you're on a 9-to-5 job working and operating a multi-million-dollar enterprise. And that's the mindset that I had. I'm operating a multi-million-dollar enterprise. So every day I can't get up saying, oh, I'm free. Let me go and sit back and relax. No, I got to find out if I'm not creating activity, who can I give my attention to that deserves it, not need it. Remember that. Give it to who deserves it, not needs it. Because the ones that need it are going to always need it. But there's some people who don't really, they're kind of becoming their own. And some people say, well, I want to go over there and build in that organization because they're cranking. No, you need to put more kerosene on there. Be more in depth. Go down to the tap root, as we call it in this industry, to build. And if you learn those certain things of building when it comes to what we do, you'll survive. You'll last very long when it comes to this industry that spits people out.
Let me ask you, Baz, tap rooting. Let me ask you that. Let me ask you this, because that may very well be one of the biggest frustrations, especially for someone at the beginning of the process, right? What advice do you have, someone who's built a huge business, organization, all of the above, for you're signing somebody up, they seem excited at the beginning, but something happens when they sign up, they just join the disappearing club, and you can't get them to move. You can't get them to take action, right? And you might be getting a little frustrated, like, man, they were excited, they signed up, but they don't want to put in the work. Like, what advice do you have in that regard?
Well, I'll give two scenarios on that. When it comes to someone who just got started brand new, if you haven't had a chance to get into their contact list and they just happen to kind of be excited and go into what we call the witness protection program, you can't really do much about that. I think Jim Rome said you can't push a rope or something of that matter. So you really can't just, if they decide to kind of disappear, you kind of leave that where it is, because you're going to have a lot of the fall. I tell people, you're going to have the fall. Like the seasons, you're going to have the fall. And then you're going to have, and in the fall, leaves. Like they're going to leave. So to ask the question of why the leaves are leaving and falling, it is what it is. So I know that some people are going to get involved and they're going to have a 3-day or 7-day hype, and then they're gone. Some going to have 30 to 60. Some going to have 6 months. And then some going to have, like how I had, that internal just fire that people come from miles around to watch you burn. They're always going to be ignorance on fire. They're always going to be excited because they have, just something that is driving them. But for the ones who you can't get into their contact list, we wish them well. Now, for the ones who, on the other scenario, they are excited. And while they're excited, you have to learn that even though this guy's excited and pumped, in the back of your mind as a professional, in network marketer, the business owner, in home base, I still have to get into their contact list, just in case that person might start to feel themselves. They might hit the same rank as me. Not saying all, but some start to say, well, why should I be listening to you when I hit the same rank as you, even faster? But you still want to be able to tap into, or some might just happen to get to themselves, but they want to do something that's completely separate. If I haven't had a chance to tap into their contact list, work into their legs, their tap root, and they start seeing their upline doing something completely different, and they're not agreeing with, if I have a relationship with those legs, with those tap-rooted individuals, then granted, I can still have access to those individuals, which brings me to the ships anyway. Let's talk about the relationship, because that goes hand in hand in this industry. The activity, the verb, the action is very important, but it's only 10%. 90% of this is mental. So that anybody say anything differently, no matter how many people who comes on from the interview, it's 90% mental, 10% activity. The 90% mental is what you're reading. I mean, I'm right here. This came from a big Bob Proctor event, about a month and a half ago. My mentor. I mean, I got books here. I mean, just Bob loads you up. He just, you ABCs of success, the art of living. I mean, I got the science of getting rich. So I constantly, we're always feeding, getting this here right, getting this muscle right. Now, on that part of the 90% to the 10% mental, 10% action, 90% mental, when a person is building this business, going through the, trials that go with the industry, you got to make sure that 90% of activity of mental and 10% activity, the 90% mental also goes with who you're working with and listening to. I talked about my mentor, David Manitier, and we have a friendship. We have, we that's one of the relationships that we have. We have a friendship.
Yeah.
He's also my mentor, so there's mentorship that goes with that. We're entrepreneurs, so the entrepreneurship that comes with that. He's also my leadership. Okay, so people have to understand it's the ships. I want everybody to get it. It's the ships that we are in that carry us to where you want to be. If you want to get successful in this industry, whether it's business, life, or home base, especially home base, you better make sure the ships that you're connected to are carrying you to where you want to be. The relationships, the friendships, the leaderships, the mentorships, the entrepreneurships that they can, all of that, all those ships is what I've connected to, which when people say, how have you survived 2 decades? Still can go, still excited. It's the ships. It's the ships that I've kept connected to and I still stay connected to that carry me to the place I want to be. Jim Rome said it best. The same wind blows on us all. Setting of the sail. The same wind of success, the same wind of failure blows on us all. But the setting of the sail is what direction it takes you. And my sail is the ship I'm on. Their success, those ships are going in a completely different direction. Right. And that is what people need to understand. If you want to be successful in home base or in anything, make sure you have the ships, all those ships that are in alignment.
That is very strong, very powerful. And I don't think people focus on the ships as you put it. I think people focus when it comes to especially home-based business, as they should. They focus on a lot of other things around opportunities, but the relationships, as far as the personal branding, the relationships, the having your own following and audience, if you will, and building those relationships with people so that you shine your light brighter, right? People want to follow Bass Grant because he has a history of success. He has people all around the country, all around the world that seek him for mentorship. How powerful or how necessary is it for people to start focusing in on developing their own personal brand and relationships with people before it's just all about, hey, I got the most amazing opportunity for you? You know what I'm trying to say to you? How important is it for people to focus on building relationships and building here's another ship, followership?
Absolutely. Well, it comes a time, a defining moment in people's lives where they have to make a decision who they want to become, who they want to be. And if they can get their own ego out of the way, as we call it, edging God out, they can get their own ego out of the way and find someone who has already created the path. It's like what we said earlier when I talked about the competition that people may be having in their companies or even in their local markets. And because someone's coming in and doing great things and rocking and rolling, but if what they're doing, instead of trying to compete, I tell people, you should look and see what it is they're doing. What it is they're doing. Great. Because we're all about rob and duplicate in this industry.
Right.
It's rob and duplicate.
Right.
So if a person is trying to get themselves in that same perspective, if they have been doing things and they have been kind of getting stuck, then they need to start looking at, well, who has already kind of written the path? Who can I emulate? Who can I model? Modeling knowledge. Who can I model? To see what it is they're doing and play an adult game, as we said in our first interview, of follow the leader. That's all really what it comes down to. Just find someone, be humble, and be able to play an adult game of follow the leader, period. Granted, will you still have frustration? You're supposed to. Will you have failures? Absolutely. It's part of the process. I think someone said it best that it is impossible to scale a mountain that has smooth sides. You can't scale any mountain that's all the sides are smooth. You have to have the rough spots, okay?
And that's what I'm seeing. The last time we spoke, Baz, when I started this show, I said it's going to be a lot of fun talking to successful people. I did not realize that my mind would be totally blown away from hearing all of the amazing stories. But the one thing that everyone had in common is that it was not an easy road to success. It was not an easy path. And I think people just have to start embracing the fact it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty.
But it's like I said in the first interview. I said, like the movie Shawshank Redemption. He came out clean on the other side. You got to go through all of that to get to success. And if you're understanding your path and you know you're going to get there, it doesn't matter when. It just keep doing it until whenever your time comes, your time will come if you keep putting in the work. That's really how it is, because time is going to win regardless. But if you're infused in it, following the path, what's going to be laid out for you will happen. That's how it is. That's why I'm excited, because I know based on my position, like when people say, Bass, you're running, you best believe they have the position there, but I know I still need more teaching. I need more coaching. I need all these additional things to once again get over this incredible opportunity of success hurdle to get us to this next level in this current company, and helping other people get to there as well. Because even though I've earned the millions prior to, a lot of that has not happened in this company here. So because my mind has been stretched, because someone say, well, Baz, you're at 15, 20,000 a month, man, I'll be comfortable. That's the difference between you and me. Most people say they want to get to 15, 20,000, they're good. But I've had a taste of 6 figures a month constantly. Once you had a taste, like anything stretched can't go back. So 15, 20,000 for some, I'm so happy and grateful. Yeah. But my comfortability, my gauge is like, once you ask a person who's a billionaire, ask a person who's a billionaire and let them go down to 500 million, they're gonna be uncomfortable. Others can say, what do you mean? But no, he was a billionaire. Yeah. Let him lose $500 million. He's gonna be him or her. They're gonna be very uncomfortable. And other people look outside and say, I just don't understand. No, it's how you're stretched. And because I've had a chance to experience that, that's how I know this climb is gonna be amazing. That's why, because I know what it feels like to have that and to experience that. Very uncomfortable being at 20,000 a month. Very uncomfortable, and I love it. And most people if you don't get that, it's gonna take you a while to understand from a mindset. But again, who I'm working with, my mentors, they're well over 7 figures a month. It's very uncomfortable to be around them. It's a different conversation. Yeah. When you're taught your mentors over 7 figures a month, it's a completely different conversation.
Yeah. Builders Club TV family, we're gonna stretch your mind today. 6 figures a month. 15, 20,000, uncomfortable, right? We can't stand it. We're going to stretch your mindset tonight.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to stretch it.
We're going to get your mind right. Make sure you like this video and share this video. Baz Grant, always bringing the heat. Baz, explain to us, what should a person be doing on a day-to-day? Because you said, you got a daily course of activity that you have to commit to every day in order to run $1 million business, right? what is it that, can you give us a little tip on, how to structure that as far as running your business like a corporation on a day-to-day basis? In other words, how do you stay focused and committed every day to the process? Because 6 figures a month sounds good. $15,000-$20,000 a month sounds good to a lot of people watching. But how do you get to the point where, where you can commit to that vision every day? Because remember, some people still working the 9 to 5, doing the job thing. They got, I had a young lady, she's gotten to the 6-figure point in her business in network marketing, and Bass, her story was incredible, man. She 4 kids, single mother, abusive relationship, homelessness. I mean, it was like, dude, she almost had me on here crying, bro. I mean, it was amazing, but she was able to stay committed, man. Talk to us about that commitment. Where do you find that level of commitment?
Well, definitely, majority of the audience probably is still working part-time. And even though I'm full-time, my daily activity routine will be a lot different than someone who has to, go to school, has to get up, if they got kids or not kids, but get ready for work and go through that traffic. So what I would say, I'm going to talk to both real quickly here. I know we're getting short on time, but for the ones who are working, and this is for the ones when I know we worked and when I used to work, long years ago, I would get up and I'm big on music. Like I'm always just kind of like got a beat. So I would wake up in the morning, not listen to the news. And even though I'm going to this place of work, I know it's a temporary inconvenience. So I always make sure I have my calendar and daily routine of things that I knew I was gonna be doing at lunch and break. See, most people, when they break, they just there to talk about whatever. But on break, I was doing 3-way phone calls. And lunch, I was eating by the snack, but I was doing calls because I was working on a way of getting out. It was just temporary. The job was just there to pay a bill. If you got kids, same thing. Make sure the kids are good. It should be part of the why. But again, if you got a game plan, goals, getting with your leadership, your mentorship, the person who's coaching you. I had a game plan every single day. So I had tasks every day trying to carve out something positive. If I had something negative, I didn't love my job, but I knew I had to be there. That's kind of what I did on my daily routine and going to events at night or having something to do on the weekend. Still having your family time, still having your spiritual time. A lot of that still stays the same now, even though I'm in full time for a long time. Now with my the kids, going to my daughter's school, picking her up, that's part of a routine. School's about to start, but I still get up every day, have time to myself, read something, listen to something, have my cup of coffee, and I have just my own time. Then I start looking at the activities for the day, going to the back office, logging in, looking at my website, seeing what's been happening in the company, making phone calls, looking at events 60 days from now, 90 days from now, setting up my calendar. And every day having something of activity to do to always keep it productive and exciting. Understanding, keep doing it and keep doing it until. And that's for the most part for me, that's how my daily activity is. It's fun. I make it exciting. It's not work. It's not, but again, I'm treating it like I'm running a multi-million-dollar business. People who run multi-million-dollar enterprises don't sit at home all day like this here, like you see on the movie. They're just sitting there and somebody's got to put the work in. And if you're excited, you're passionate about what it is that you do, you're gonna be into it all day long. That's why I said from the first interview that if I was going on vacation for a few weeks, by the first 7 days or a couple of days, I'm like, man, I want to do a call. Yeah, I'm on vacation, but man, I want to do a call because I'm excited. I love what I do, and that's another level. Get to that level where you're still excited and passionate about what it is. Yeah, Bob Proctor, 58 years. He loves what he does. Passion. Man, I love what I do.
I'm glad to hear you break it down like that, man. And I told someone this a couple of days ago. I said, you know what? When people watch the Builders Club TV show, it's either gonna motivate the heck out of them or scare the heck out of them, because they're gonna see on, you're talking about, the lifestyle and what people see in the movies, not so much matching up to the reality of things. Because, on social media, you see people most of the time flaunting the lifestyle that they've been able to afford due to the success, right? But really behind the scenes, they're working their butts off, right? They're like grinding hard. And so I think people get caught up in the after effect of success and not really like paying attention to what is being done to achieve that success. So that's amazing how you broke that down. Bass, you want to give out your site, your social media and everything?
Absolutely. Again, Bass Grant, the only Bass Grant on Facebook, got 3 billion people. That's BASS, like the fish. Grant, like grant your wish. Bass Grant on Instagram as well. Phone number, if you want to get in contact with me, is simple and easy. 813-477-0927. Stay with them. Stay with them. That's what it is. And, and granted, I've always told people, if I don't pick up, leave a message. Right now, in our company, we're doing right now, DeJuan, I didn't get a chance to touch on this, but we're in the financial realm, teaching people how to be their own bank, how to be their own Wells Fargo, Citibank. We just kind of mastered the art of showing people how to take the information that you learn from some of the big corporate giants and participating in the largest industry on the planet, never to be dethroned. And we get a chance. We're seeing lives being changed because a person can learn a skill set, and no matter what happens to this company in 10, 15 years, what they learn, they can teach, and they can still earn income based on that. Never before been done, and it's just the right time. The timing of it is right now, and I'm super excited for that, for everybody listening. And granted, choose something. If you want to choose the path of home base, then I welcome you. We welcome you to this incredible industry that is making more millionaires than any other industry on the planet. Facts. Okay, it's more industry millionaires than anything else. But we're just excited. If I can say, kind of in closing here, I know we're coming to the end. Life has 3 lessons, DeJuan. Life has 3 lessons, and listen closely to everybody listening. It's paradox, humor, and change. Paradox, humor, and change. Paradox. Life is a mystery, so quit trying to figure it out. Okay, let it be. Just humor. You want to be humorous every single day, even to yourself. It is the greatest strength beyond all measure. Myself, anybody tell you I'm a funny guy? I was always that class clown, but I'm my biggest critic, but also my biggest celebrator. And I'm just a big clown. I'm always laughing. Okay, and then change. Remember that nothing ever stays the same. You understand that nothing stays the same, and you'll go through your process of life in business, especially here in this industry, knowing things change, and you got to know how to just adapt to change. So paradox, humor, and change. Remember those things there. It's very, very important, because it's all about the here, the now, and this moment, and that's what it's all about. I live in the moment, being productive every single day.
That's strong.
Running at 150 miles per hour.
That's powerful. Where can people catch you at, man? What's the next step for you? Definitely wanted to find out about what you got going on. What's the next step? Where people can see you next?
Yeah, well, I'm based in Tampa, Florida. So if you definitely coming to the Bay, Tampa Bay, reach out to me. Hot, sunny Florida. Tampa Bay, we're here. I'll be in Detroit August 20th. My mentor, David Benitier, that's coming up. We have a big event in Dallas, Texas. One of our biggest events of the company's history, 10,000 plus. That's September 13th, 14th, and 15th. So you got anybody out there listening and say, hey, I might be interested in what you guys are doing. Let's just chop it up a little bit, okay? Got some big plans coming up here in the end of the year. We have New York on the schedule. Got LA breaking down the West Coast. Super excited about California and the expansion up there. Got Canada coming up here October, as well as also coming November. And obviously you got all of Florida. Got some my southern stuff happening down in the Caribbean and Latino markets also. So the fourth quarter, it's gonna be all the change. 2020, we're setting up 2020 right now. Not December 31st, 2020, we're setting up right now. Forward thinking,
man. Amazing leadership in your company. Shout out to David. David, we need you on the show, man. We definitely got to get you on the show. Brass, we got to have you back for the Day in the Life series. Looking forward to that, family. We'll get all access pass with Bass Grant. So Bass, we want to thank you for coming on to the show. We're looking forward to next time. Continued success, man. Keep crushing it. Builders Club TV family, Bass Grant. Peace.
Stay with them.